Hello, hello, good people. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Shauna Vaughn. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing as good as you possibly can be on, let's see, what is today? Monday, the 12th of January. A lot of shit has happened just since the first of the year. Um, Down below, you can find the correct spelling of my name. You can see my IG page is there. That page is where I post most of the political information. So if you're looking for more than what is offered here in the podcast, please go to my page. I'm posting all day long because there's so much happening. And then you have my Cash App there. Now, some of you have talked about the quality of my camera. This is Zoom, basically. So that's how I record. I record in Zoom. So, oh yeah, by the way, I'm so glad I remember that. On Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to start going live. This is going to be a new thing that I want to do from this starting this week, this Thursday, and moving through the midterm elections. I have a strong feeling that we're all going to need to be in community and talking to one another and navigating our way through all this bullshit that's about to happen between now and the midterm elections. So this Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, that's where we're going to start. I don't care if it's just 2 of you that show up, 10 of you that show up. We're going to be here. I'm going to be here. And then hopefully our numbers will grow. Hopefully, I'm starting early enough for my East Coast folks to join in. We'll just kind of pay attention to comments and see how things go. And maybe I'll move around accordingly, but starting this Thursday, because I know we're all going to need each other going through these midterm elections. Okay, so this episode, what I wanted to talk about or actually talk to are the warriors. We all have roles to play. We all have roles to play in this. There are people, we have a lot of talkers right now. I know that a lot of you are, what do we do? What do we do? What should we be doing right now? Why isn't somebody doing something right now? Well, guess what? You have people who can lead. Let me back up. You have people who are in leadership positions who are not leaders. Let's start there. There are a lot of talkers, but not a lot of leaders. There really are not. Somebody said a long time ago, and this has always stuck with me, the world is made up of about 85% of us are followers, of 10% leaders, and then 5% seers. Okay, so you're looking at 10% of the people in the world that are actually leaders. So you have to kind of navigate and decide who are actual leaders versus just the talkers. And we got a lot of people talking right now, but not a lot of action. So I want to speak to the warriors because, see, the warriors, it is your time. I don't know if any of you saw this over the weekend, but in Philadelphia, apparently there was a situation that went down with the local police department and a teenager in the city of Philadelphia. And who pulled up? The new wave or the new edition of the Black Panthers. Yes. So when I talk about the warriors, I'm talking about the ones that are like, let's get at it. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm ready. And by any means necessary. Those are the people who we need in this moment. So that's who I'm speaking to. And a lot of times you don't get to see the warriors because the warriors are like with the talkers and the other leaders. We have been conditioned, which is a good thing, I think, to really try to navigate through our problems as a society with more communication, more negotiation, more accommodation, with more of, give and take, right? But there are also times when you just can't talk to people. There are also times when you encounter some people that you can't talk to. I can talk all I want, but they will never hear me because they're not trying to hear me. Um, and that's where the warriors come in. I'm going to share a couple of stories with you. So, I've told y'all that I was in a very extremely abusive relationship for 8 years of my life. Long time ago, but 8 years. And when I got out of that relationship, well, as I was getting out of that relationship, still having to go to court, still having to deal with this person, I shared this information with two warriors that I didn't even know. I didn't even know were warriors. I talked to them on a, well, when I kind of started dating, but that's another story for another day. Um, the other one, I knew at work, talked to him very routinely. I had sold his girlfriend a townhome because I had my real estate license at the time as well. And so, yeah. So I was talking to guy number two one day, and just I was teaching, and he came into my classroom, so I was very upset, and I shared, part of my story, and he was like, "Hmm, well, I can take care of that for you." And I was like, "Do tell. What do you mean you can take care of that for me?" And he said, I'm just saying, I could take care of that for you. You took care of my girl. I could take care of that for you. Just let me know." And that's all that was said. That's all that was said. So I was like, okay, number one, what the fuck just happened? Number two, I thought I knew this person, but I really didn't. So move on to the other guy. So I met this guy, started dating him, didn't work out. Like I said, that's a story for another day. But in having conversation with him and sharing what I was going through in that moment and why it really wasn't a good time for me to be dating anyway, he said, "Oh, now he was a builder. Why don't you invite old boy over to one of my sites? And me and my guys will help him understand why it's not a good thing to put hands on a woman. All you got to do is give him the address, let me know what time he'd be showing up, and I got it. I got you. I got it handled." And I was like, huh, I didn't think that you had this in you. Well, clearly he did. So I'm saying this to say, you don't always see the warriors. They don't always flex. They don't always let you know that they are the warriors, but they ready to go when it's time to go. And that's what we need right now. We need all the warriors to step to the front of the congregation and be ready to do what is necessary to do. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. End story.